In studio right now is Phil Donahue, the Phil Donahue. And Phil Donahue was in the pantheon of talk show hosts, sui generis, one of a kind. I don't think anybody's done it like that. And he joins us right now, and that's enough with the encomia to you, the paeans to you, the great Phil Donahue. It is indeed a pleasure to meet you, sir.
My pleasure, and thank you. Finally, here I am.
The documentary Body of War, I don't even know where to start. Enough cannot be said about how important it is and how critical and how poignant it is. I'm a documentary fanatic, and this is nothing short of great. It's brilliant. The subject matter. I mean, I don't want to diminish your role as a filmmaker, but with music by Eddie Vedder and others, this young man, this Thomas Young, the story is so poignant that I don't want to say it writes himself. What is it about?
Well, we're very proud of our film. A film, by the way, that I co-directed with Ellen Spiro, who, as people who see our movie will discover, is a wonderful cinematographer. She did so much great work for our film. This film studies or looks at, close up, a young man who came back from this war with a catastrophic injury. Thomas is a T4. The bullet came through his spine at the T4 section, which anatomists know is between the shoulder blades. He is paralyzed from the nipples down. Mm-hmm. So we see in our film this young man working to rally from his injuries, dealing with his medications, his drugs. His pills have pills to correct the side effects of his other pills. The closer you get to this, the more it blows you back, and you realize there are thousands of other families in this country dealing with this. Families that have been turned upside down by the injuries sustained by a loved one who went to this war. Thomas went to this war, signed up 913, and immediately in Fort Hood said, "Why am I going to Iraq?" He thought he wants to go to Afghanistan. That's why he signed up. He's in Iraq 5 days, he gets hit, and he comes home. One more thing, Lionel. This is the most sanitized war of my memory.
Indeed.
I mean, this president said you can't shoot the coffins, take pictures, and the whole press establishment said, okay. There's no bite. We haven't seen the pain. Less than 5% of us have sent a loved one to this war, and all of the challenges that are being met by these thousands of families is under the radar. We don't see it. I think that's wrong. I think if you're going to send your young people to war, the least we can do is show people the sacrifices that these people who went to war are making along with their families. This is a story of a family, one family dealing with this, and it is a story of hope, inspiration. There's surprisingly a lot of laughs in this film, if you can believe that. This film also looks at glimpses of the Iraq War resolution in October 2002. And this is unbelievable. Woven throughout our story of Thomas Young, Kansas City, heartland kid, who cannot walk. He can't walk as a result of this unnecessary, undeclared, unaffordable, unwinnable war.
What I found out was, Phil Donahue, what was so interesting as well is Robert Byrd, this man that people used to laugh at because he has a bit of a tremor, who's reminding us of the Constitution, who's not saying sit back, be weak, but wait a minute, discuss. And there are others as well, Ron Paul, but he's the hero of this.
Robert Byrd, the longest-serving human being in the history of the United States Senate, and he is pleading with his colleagues. He is saying, hold it. Don't rush this through. And he stands with the Parkinson's showing, his hand in the air. He's looking at the C-SPAN camera, and he's saying, the life of your son may depend upon it. The life of your daughter may depend upon it. Get out there and let this leadership know that you don't want this resolution rammed through this Congress 3 weeks before an election.
Exactly.
This was a political vote. This was scheduled by the White House 3 weeks before the election in November of 2002. So the debate takes place in October 2002. And you're right when you talk about how these were the White House Iraq Group talking points. WIG was the acronym. White House Iraq Group.
Well, Phil Donahue, I want to thank you. Remember, enough about me. The documentary is called Body of War. Body of War.
Lionel, we're now playing at the E Street Theater in Washington, D.C. Open at IFC tomorrow. We're going to Boston the end of the week. I thank you for the opportunity to pop off. We have a website, bodyofwar.com.
And it's also on our website at lionelonline.com. More coming up. Again, Phil, thank you. More coming up, so stay tuned.
Lionel, Lionel, Lionel.